Just lost my job to AI.
Medical professionals or anybody looking to be a medical professional, please just listen to me. So be very careful. If you have not already made the decision to go into medical, you might want to think twice and make sure you double check a whole bunch of boxes because AI is literally taking over. If you have not heard of Agent Hospital, look it up. It can treat 3,000 patients in one day with 0 human assistance. That's a robot.
They're not warning you enough about what's really happening out there. AI isn't just coming for jobs. It's already here, and most people don't even see it.
I got replaced by AI on Friday. I didn't expect it to happen, so let me explain. I'm the voice of a network called Buzzer. It's a fast network that plays reruns of game shows. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but I've always dreamed of voicing networks, and it's my first. On Friday, I got a call from one of the producers who I love and adore, and he has had my back through all of this because they tried to go AI years ago. He's basically like, hey man, finally came down from the top. They're going AI.
So I'm seeing a bunch of people on LinkedIn be like, oh, the layoffs happened because AI is writing everyone's code. Are you guys dumb? Have you never written a line of code in your life? Like this only makes you look more stupid. Do you think we were waking up being like, oh, we don't have work to do today because AI wrote all my code?
So has AI picked up the hammer and started putting the nails in the coffin of corporate America? So if you're currently employed by Amazon or want to be employed by Amazon, you're going to want to check this out. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy announced that they are going to be eliminating jobs.
AI is leading to fewer jobs for younger workers and recent college grads.
If you're not engaging AI actively and aggressively, you're doing it wrong. Is anybody else scared they're going to lose their job because of AI? If all legal matters are handled by AI, what's going to happen to the lawyers?
So here's how I build my own app in 90 seconds by
AI is really coming for your job, every bit of your job. And it's going to drive energy costs to effectively zero. Will drive labor costs to effectively zero. You'll be able to get anything you want for effectively free, and you're still going to be traumatized.
Is AI going to take everybody's jobs? And the short answer is fucking yeah.
So recently it came out that there aren't enough jobs for the amount of people that are actually looking for jobs. So they're saying there are more people unemployed and looking for jobs than there are jobs.
My friends, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Today we're going to talk about what do you do with the inevitable, not if, not maybe, the inevitable collapse of the labor industry. Labor, as we know it, will change significantly. It's no longer about, hey, I'm going to exchange my time for money. That model is dead. Because we've literally eliminated intellect. College is dead. Everything we know about education, everything we know about intelligence has literally now just been changed significantly. And it's very apparent. I am coding, for Christ's sake. Me. My 60-year-old ass is coding. Never freaking did a day in coding beyond a few HTML codes that I used to do when they were creating freaking websites in HTML. That's the extent of my coding background. But yet, I just put together 2 apps in less than freaking 4 hours. Yeah. So, my friends, once again, we're going to touch on the problem with AI. But today what I'm doing is I'm trying to give you solutions. The idea behind everything I do, whether the shows that I'm presenting or whether the chats that you calling and talk to me about, I'm constantly looking for solutions. I'm a solution-based guy. I'm not just talking to you just to make you feel good. I'm here to give you freaking solutions. And to me, there's only one freaking solution to this inevitable collapse of the job industry. Because when everybody is out of a job, there's going to be no money available. So first thing that we have to understand, we have to get together. Every one of you that are watching me, you really need to start watching the money. No excessive spending. Everything is going up in prices, my friends. Groceries are going up. You need to start being extremely frugal. And I mean freaking counting every single penny. There's no extracurricular activities at all. Because I'm telling you, within the next 2 years, you're going to be wishing you listened to that old gray-haired bastard you heard on YouTube. I can almost guarantee you, you will be saying those exact words. Mark my words. Today, my friends, it is September 25th, 2025. This time next 2 years, September 25th, 2027, you're going to be saying, shh. I want you to put it in your calendar. Put it in there as a reminder. Did the older man's prediction come true? To me, this is not even a prediction. I can see it happening slowly right now, just based on those videos that you just saw in the beginning. Those people are not going to find a job right now. I'm telling you. 2 years from now, they'll still be putting up TikTok videos. I can't find a job. I can't find a job. Those jobs aren't coming back. So once again, we're going to go back to our favorite alarmists, one of the first men who've been warning us, Mo Gadat, ex-Google CEO. I think he was in charge of the AI department. He had a sit down with Annie Filipova, and I thought that this was a really profound chat that he gave. So let's have a listen, and along the way, I'm going to break in and I'm going to tell you what I see that you have to do. He's going to give you some ideas on this video. He says, 4 skills you need to survive the AI revolution. So my friends, hit that like button, please. Listen, man, that like button does so much for me, my friends. You guys don't have to do anything else for me except just hit that like button. If you appreciate what I do every day, just try to remember that whenever you come in, just hit the like button because you know you're going to watch the whole thing. And I don't want you to get distracted and forget it by the time you finish. Okay? And of course, if you haven't subscribed, please do that as well. That's all I need from you guys. Okay, let's get into this, my friends.
That I think would keep all of us.
The wave of job replacement is going to happen. There's absolutely no doubt about it. It's going to start from the mundane jobs, then go into the knowledge jobs, then go into the physical work, the blue-collar jobs, right? So it starts from the mundane jobs because, honestly, booking calendars is easily done by AI. So, if your only skill is to book calendars, it's likely going to be replaced by AI. Okay. If you're a call center agent, it's likely going to be replaced by AI. If you're paralegal or a financial researcher, it's likely going to be reduced significantly by AI. Not all of you are going to go away, but one of you can do the job of 7 using AI.
One of you are going to be able to do the job of 7. This is what a lot of people have to really try to understand. But what's going to keep a lot of you stagnant from doing nothing is that you think that you're going to be that 1 out of the 7 that don't get eliminated. Yeah, that's how the human brain works. Oh, it's not going to happen to me. And the people who think like this the most, women. But gentlemen, I know a lot of you are listening to me. You would never take those odds. You would never take those odds. You would say, listen, man, let me prepare myself to be eliminated. And that's what I'm preparing you for. That's what I want you to freaking think about.
The second wave, which is really funny, I have Max Tedmark on my documentary, and Max is really, really funny about this, where he says, the funny thing is when I talk to most CEOs is they go like, AI is going to give me productivity, I'm going to fire everyone. They just don't recognize that eventually AI is going to fire them too, because AGI is better than humanity at everything, including being a CEO. Right? And it's quite funny when you think about that, but that will extend in many ways. My startup is me and Sanad. That's it. 2 people and 7 AIs. And, you have to understand that this is coming. There's no doubt about it. Then the third wave will be when robotics advance enough to do the physical work as well. Now, what does that mean to what we need? First of all, you need to accept reality, not reject it. Okay, and this is a challenge that needs to be addressed at a much higher level than just the individual, so that we as individuals compete with each other. We need to talk to our governments because this is going to change the fabric of society, right? And the fabric of society is interestingly going to change in ways that are against the ideology that politicians have been advertising for years, because basically the only commonly agreed solution so far is what is known as UBI, Universal Basic Income, which equalizes everyone almost on giving you your basic needs for life, but not asking you to do any jobs, which is at least the short-term solution. And in doing that, you're becoming a socialist. So governments move away from that open capitalism and, market democracy and freedom and all of that stuff into almost communism, if I may say. It's like everything's going to be produced centrally and then it's going to be distributed so that your needs are covered. Now, the problem is, of course, this is years away and governments are not even starting to talk about this, but we need to get them to start talking about this.
See, this is the problem. When I explain these and hash these things out with my wife, she have a hard time seeing the bleak, the horrible picture. It's very hard for her to even imagine riots in the streets and people just freaking frustrated because they don't have a job and nothing is going in their favor. But yet they see the high streets and the stores that are still selling luxury products to rich people and not think that there's not going to be gangs of men and women robbing those stores. Just what do they call them? I just saw one on CNN this morning where a gang of freaking young people just went into a jewelry store with pickaxes and tools and guns. It was probably around 20-something of them just bum rushed a freaking jewelry store, just overwhelmed them and just smashed the counters and just... They got away with over $1 million worth of jewelry. If we're seeing that today, when things are kind of bad, just fast forward 2 years from now, we're another 2 to 3 million people. Just 2 to 3 million people. Yes, young people who are supposed to have graduated from schools and don't have a job, and individuals who are just frustrated with it because they've lost a job, they've lost a house, they've lost a car, they've lost everything, and they still owe student loans. They're still getting calls from debt collectors, etc. And they're stressing out about where the next dollar is going to come from to pay for rent. And those who have mortgages are literally days away from getting thrown out of their house. What do those people do? You think they're just going to sit back and go, oh, we're going to just wait for the government to take care of us? Some will, but most won't. And the horrible thing about violence, right? It isn't initiated or perpetrated by the masses, All it takes is just a few in order to cause chaos. A guy with a rifle, a guy with a bomb affects tens of thousands of people, i.e. Charlie Kirk. You saw how it affected people. 20 guys into a freaking jewelry store or bum rushing or gang rushing a supermarket, etc., etc. These are going to be commonplace and it will affect everybody. So my first suggestion to you, each and every single one of you, please, I urge you to get this done. Start a network, a very close network of individuals. I would strongly advise you to find eight men, not women. If you're a man, 8 men to network with. Stay within a group of 9, okay? A group of 9 that you belong to. That's your network. You need a close network of people who you develop a relationship with. No more than that. Do not make the group any larger than that. Please understand that you will probably end up with about 3 or 4 in the immediate short term. And I'm talking about within a year to 2 years. That's good enough. The idea is you don't want to be out there alone as a lone wolf. You need to have a pack of individuals that know each other closely and are there to help each other survive. That's step number 1. Step number 2, you got to support each other wholeheartedly. There's no selfishness. You come together, you meet once a week, and you're in constant freaking contact with each other to try to build a massive connection with each other. Your family should know each other. Everybody should understand that we're here to help each other. Not what we can get, how we can help each other. The reason why what can I do for you works better than what can I get from you, the other person, is that everybody contributes to everybody else. Please note, you cannot be selfish with this. You have to tell people what you can contribute to them. You are the leader of your group. If you initiate your group, you're the leader of that group. Note, your 8 is your 8. Each one of those men that are in your group, they also have to find 8 other men. And that's how the network spreads. Now, the reason for this is that the only way that you can survive and the 8 in your group can survive if you're all collectively contributing resources. Now, here's the other drastic point that I would love for you guys to consider. Consider investing in some land outside the cities and start looking at doing an off-grid community. Buy 2 or 3 acres somewhere remote. Start a company, and all of you are shareholders of that company. Contribute some funds. Go and buy a piece of raw land. There's a lot of raw land in America. There's a lot of raw land in Canada, Germany, etc. And start putting up a community, because shit is going to get real. And within that community, what you have to do is start looking at growing your own food. Yep, we're going back. We're going back to the older days, my friends. We are going to go back to the beginning, when we all worked as small tribes and we all conduct our lives in the simplest possible form, because it's going to come back to basic survival. Shelter, food, water. Yeah. Because I can tell you, this universal basic income, what is it going to do? The government is going to have to print freaking money, because where is the government going to get the money from? No one's working. No one's contributing to the tax system. So what do you think is going to happen? The government's going to have to print money. The more money the government prints, whatever little investment that you currently have in cash will soon become worthless.
Beef prices are outrageous. Oxtail, $36.45. Couple of New York strips here, $42. I mean, that's insane. Look at this, one ribeye, $43. Couple of skirt steaks, $47. Who can afford this? This is crazy prices. Couple of fillets, $41.91. Slightly bigger package there, $50, $48.62. 4 burgers, $14.25.
Not many things piss me off, but when I go to the store and I see deodorant for $20, who are we deodorizing? The Incredible Hulk? Who do you think I am? A total body for who? It's not my body, I'll tell you that. Okay? My body, my choice. Sunscreen for $24 on sale. Is this for astronauts? Are you gonna be up close and personal with the sun? Are you gonna be flying up there saying, hey, how's it going? How you doing? I thought, let me get a bag of chips, sit back and relax, watch a movie tonight. $5. Wallahi, my night's not worth that much. I wanted to buy garbage bags, $7.99. On sale! By the way, mind you, I should have got a lottery ticket this morning. It's my lucky day. I'll pick up every piece of trash in my house and walk it to the dump one by one. I'll pick up one, walk. Come back, pick up the other, walk. Is there a shortage of Maltesers that I'm not aware of? $11.49? Is it gonna come to life and hug me?
I just sold all of my bonds, my friends. I have gone full crypto. This is not financial advice, okay? You're going to see Bitcoin go through the freaking roof. The reason for that is that Bitcoin is the only freaking asset that we currently have on books that we know for sure will not be able to produce more and more and more. So it cannot devalue. And as dollars and fiat currency become more and more worthless, because every government is going to have to do this thing. Every government's going to have to print more money, because this isn't just happening in America. It's not just happening in Canada. It's happening all over the freaking world. AI is global, my friends. You need a network, you need a community, and you need to find some raw land that you can actually start putting up a commune. Start looking at going off grid. That's the only way you can reduce your bills, and you need to start looking at growing your own food. City life, as you know it, my friends, are going to get incredibly dangerous. As more and more people lose their jobs, desperation's going to kick in. I mean, you don't have to look far to see what happens when freaking society collapses. Remember COVID? You couldn't even freaking find toilet paper in the shelves. People were acting like freaking animals in the stores. But it was a virus that took people out of the streets. In this case, it's not a virus, a health scare. This is a universal problem that's going to push people on the streets. People are going to be desperate looking for basic material. You let me know if you see it any other way. Or I'm just some old deluded fella just talking shit out of his ass. Let me know if you see this any other way when everybody loses jobs and nobody has any possibilities of getting any back. No one's hiring. Holy Christ. You're so right. Why would they turn on the lights? Wasn't necessary. All you saw was spark in the dark. That's how these machines will outdo us. They can work 24 hours a day in the dark. You know how much it costs to keep the freaking lights on in a lot of these manufacturing plants? Hundreds of thousands of dollars per year just to freaking keep the lights on so humans can see. Robots don't need to see. Just save those hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's listen to a little bit more about what he has to say because I think he makes it very clear that I'm not far off.
So that they don't react with a knee-jerk reaction like COVID, giving furlough to everyone and collapsing our economies. They need to think about it so that it happens seamlessly as people start to lose their jobs, maybe reskill them or put them on UBI. Skill number one is to learn the tool. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with AI. AI is not evil. AI is on your side. And if you want to be better at your job than anyone else, then learn AI. Simple as that. And the way to learn AI is to allow yourself privilege of using it for something more than asking for a spaghetti recipe. And that's really, really, really what kills me. So I usually give the example of I'm an old man. When I was studying engineering, we were not allowed to use a scientific calculator at university until the third year of engineering, right? And, you know, forget AI, we were not allowed a calculator in exams, okay? And, you know, I'm a bit of a math geek, so that never really bothered me. But when I was given a calculator, suddenly that calculator freed up at least an hour and a half of every exam, right? So I had one of two choices. One choice is to finish the exam an hour and a half early and go out and stand with my girlfriend, or finish the exam an hour and a half early and then build another solution, or review my results, or research it, or make it even better, or build better drawings, or whatever. This is what most people don't get about AI. So, you know, AI is not there to help you write an email better. That's a stupid use of AI. AI is there to allow you to find the freaking truth about everything, right? So the way I research is I do deep searches on topics, you know, like I was talking about the budgets of war, for example, you know, or topics that interest you, whatever, you know, string theory, if that's what interests you, to a depth that allows me to become smarter. Then I would take that deep search result and go to another AI and tell it to vet it, right? And then go to a third AI and tell it to summarize it. And go to a fourth AI and tell it what's missing, okay? And what used to take me 6 weeks to research so that I put in one page in my books, now takes me half an hour. But that half an hour started with a 4-minute that gave me an answer, and I could have stopped there. But instead of 4 weeks, it's now 30 minutes. Put in the 30 minutes to become more intelligent. So I'm telling everyone, if you're not using the tool, then I'm augmenting my intelligence by 80 IQ points more than the average human because I'm using AI actively. And I invite everyone to do that. I invite everyone to use AI not to make things simpler so that you become lazier, but to make things smarter so that you know the truth.
Now, here's the thing. He is right. I mean, I use the tool hard every day to become smarter. But I make sure that I keep my brain still functional. I have really deep debates with it. I have programmed it to keep pushing me, not just give me the answer, but push back if it feels like I am just accepting that one point from it. So this can all be conditioned and programmed into your AI so that you can get what you want from it. What I'm telling you guys is that this is how you should use it, the way I'm using it and what he's described. Now, he's a deep researcher. I don't do that. I tend to want to debate subjects, social events, moral issues. These are the things that I find interesting and what's conducive to what I do. I need to understand that I have a deeper understanding or a proper understanding of something I want to discuss on my show. So it's essential that I ask it to test me, push back at me. That's how I use it. Second way I use it, I am blown away by how good it is at coding. I do a lot of vibe coding. So I'm building apps now that I can bring to you guys for a fraction of the cost of you actually producing something on your own. And it allows you to actually do something greater with yourself. So look forward to that. I'm not going to reveal anything until it's finished. I use it to help me write my book, to help me edit, and to help me get my thoughts a lot clearer than if it wasn't available. Because I can tell you, my grammar and my literary skills are far from being an author. But what it does, it literally acts as someone who would have done that job with me. In other words, you think all of those celebrities, etc., that are writing these autobiographies, you think that they're sitting there writing these books forever? No, they're dictating to someone else who's writing the books for them. How I've instructed my AI is to become that individual that these very wealthy people have, really good authors behind them, what they call, I think they're called ghostwriters, who are taking the transcript and creating great works of art from what they've said. So that's the app that I'm actually starting to build so that I can give that. So I can give you guys access to that. Let's hear one more thing about what he has. And I'm going to, of course, leave the link here so that you guys can actually go there and listen to the rest of the video.
The second skill is human connection. Believe it or not, in a world where intelligence is being outsourced to machines, the one thing that remains and becomes very, very powerful is how humans relate to you. There will be two types of companies that will try to create enormous productivity gains by replacing every call center agent. And I think those will lose clients as a result. And companies that will relieve the call center agents from the pressure of doing mundane tasks, but allow the call center agent to respond to the customer and give them a human to human connection. And those will succeed a lot more. Okay, and I think that applies to everything. In a world where machines are becoming the central provider of intelligence or of labor, then human connection is the superpower. Double down on that. The third is, interestingly, learn to find the truth. We've lived in a world since 2007, thanks to Facebook, where everything is manipulated to use you or to inform you in a way that fits a certain agenda, or to, and people think that AI is going to magnify that by giving you deep fakes and deep fake videos. Yeah, that's part of the story, but the bigger part of the story is that had I not prompted YouTube to give me the opposite opinion, I would have never seen more than what YouTube thinks is going to keep me stuck. And so accordingly, the biggest skill in a world where AI has the key to the human operating system that can manipulate all of our access to information, manipulate all of our views of everything, is don't be gullible. Don't be a cheerleader. Okay? When someone tells you something, in my generation, we used to call it common sense, right? When someone tells you something, you look for the opposite opinion and you make up, listen to this, your own mind, not what people are telling you. It's your own mind. So be informed, follow the money, understand why people are telling you things. How does it serve the person that's speaking, right? Object by going down to the basic realities. No child should be killed. If you ever see something in a newspaper that says the reason why we're justifying the killing of children is because, and then give you a slogan or ideology, that doesn't hold true to the human psyche. No child on any side of every conflict in the world should be killed. Simple. No civilian should be harmed. Use AI to inform you of the basic truth. rather than manipulate you to believe what you're told.
Yes. Oh, that's such a powerful way of looking at it. I know he's against the whole war in Israel and Palestine, but we're not going to get into geopolitics. What I just want to say, gentlemen, ladies, use AI as a tool to help you gain more knowledge. Now, we know that a lot of the programming that has been put into the AI is always to try to find this balanced view. Learn to push back at it when it tries to push you in one direction or give you a balanced view. I do it all the time. Every time I hear this so-called balanced view, I said, why do you always go down this road of trying to be balanced? Wouldn't you understand that if there's overwhelming evidence that points to one side, wouldn't you say, in most cases, this is what happens? Not try to say that, oh, everybody does it. And it will come back and it will say, yeah, okay, Paul, I do agree with you. Thanks for clarifying that. And I will make sure to remember that. So it's always important for you to push back on the AI. Don't just think that you're going to listen to what it says just because it falls into a narrative that you know or that the other side knows. You get my point? So my friends, listen, I don't want to drag this out too long. I like to keep my videos under half an hour. I'll put the link to the rest of this video in the comment section and also in the description of this video. My friends, please go out there and start finding a network of 9. You got to find 8 men, 8 men, 8. And that could be done over 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It doesn't matter. But go out there and start with at least the first one. Explain the concept to another man that you've had regular interactions with, that you can sort of trust, get to know him, and then say, listen, let's do something together. That's what I'm doing here. Right now, I'm building my team of 8, and those men are finding their 8. I have started this process. I'm going to expand on this, and I will get back to you guys, okay? But please start networking right now. Because I can tell you, my friend, life as you know it is going to change significantly, and you do not want to be out here alone. That's the reality of life, okay? So, my friends, please like this video on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't. Pick up one of my digital products. Start going digital. Start creating your own content. I've just finished up my YouTube Creators Kit. I'm going to be offering you guys that soon. So please look forward to that if you're interested in that. It is a full-on, and I mean full-on kit on how to get YouTube from stage 1 to where I am right now of almost 250,000 subscribers. Just a piece of side note, and I'm so proud of myself on this. I didn't even know I had accomplished this. I have just hit 35 million views on my channel since I started, almost 3 years ago. I was shocked. I had no idea I had that many views on my channel. Here's the badge. I'm going to flash the badge up here that I've received, and I thought that was a pretty big deal. So my friends, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to YouTube, okay? So if you're interested in picking up this YouTube kit, it's $19.95. Yeah, I am not here to rip you guys off. $19.95, $20, that's it. Send me a message if you're interested. I haven't got the website up and running yet, but if you want to be one of the first ones to be up and going with this, by all means, send me a message. paul@askanolderman.com. Okay, so my friends, until tomorrow, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.